Hey, it's fucking Woody here, I guess. Um, Call me Dave, but anyway, one time I was at an AA meeting and there was 3 Daves sitting in a fucking row, so I said it's just like a VLT, we fucking won. But they're calling me Woody there too now, but anyway, we got that all fucking straightened out about press radio and film, because anyway, I told them to shut off their fucking cameras if that's the case, but on the Zooms, but anyway, anyway, I go to a fuck of a good meeting, but I was gonna start one. Fuck. Anyway, Anyway, it was going to be a short video, but I guess not. But anyway, my idea was to get a couple phones, get a Zoom um, line set up, and let it run 24 hours a day. And then I was going to leave it unmuted, because what I miss about the AA meetings and Zoom is you can't hear people laughing. But the problem is I don't want to promote it too much, because the problem is that a lot of people are going to AA now, especially women, because they probably don't feel so intimidated. But anyway, and then people can't share because there's too many people, and there's not that many people. But anyway, there's one meeting I go to for some reason. It's like Jesus and the fish. Everybody seems to be able to get their shit said, but anyway, we go early and stay late. But anyway, without it, I wouldn't be able to make it. So I might actually be able to help somebody. Plus, the fact is that I'm not even on here for money, but I guess maybe I am. But well, you need money to live. But anyway, um, and run a live stream to YouTube. But as far as Woody's World, I could have 100 fucking channels, but like I said, Warren Buffett, I heard, well, another rich guy told me that. I told it to another guy with real estate about putting all your eggs in one basket, and then he said, Warren Buffett said, put all your eggs in one basket and then keep a good eye on them, but my basket might be, fucking Easter Bunny might take my basket because I'm under review. But anyway, I was going to fucking quit and get the fuck out. But I worked on an internet idea for about 25 years. Copycat Dog Cash, it's still there, but anyway, I keep paying the rent. But I worked on it and worked on it. But I tore it down and rebuilt it about 1,000,000 times and had about 1,000 different websites. And if you Google Cash in the Mail .club, they did a fucking review on me, but that's what I thought was progress. But anyway, I think I won the fucking debate. Plus, they archived all my shit, so you can see how much work I've actually done. But with my internet idea, I'm always one step ahead or just two behind on everybody. And plus, and if I'm not behind or whatever, my answer is the right one. But anyway, I was watching one today. It was about sponsors, but no one's gonna want to sponsor me because I say fuck, 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 which is my key word. But what happened was I did a shorty, and it was great because I just did a long video and I didn't hit the button. And fuck, I guess I wish I had better light, but if I turn this fucker around, I can probably get the spotlight. Let's do it! Come on, baby, work with me, motherfucker. What the fuck? Come on, honey. What the fuck? Anyway, I can't do it. But anyway, I don't know where I'm at, but anyways, I was watching today, but we're talking about sponsors, but anyway, she said she didn't want one because they might want your passwords. But I was actually going to give my whole fucking idea to the cover girl, the Copycat Cash, but she could have it for nothing. It's only $1 a day, but you have to build one, which only takes 15 minutes. But I might be able to promote it on here. But I told her I'd give her the keys to the Cadillac, which is this site, because I always wanted to give everything I fucking had to a good woman, because the kids don't want it, and they've actually, when you get older, you get all your shit together. But anyway, this doesn't actually work too bad. Reminds me of a James Bond movie. But anyway, it's hard looking at yourself, but I could grow a beard. But I started shaving tomorrow. Well, I'm gonna wait till, maybe I shouldn't fucking shave my head, but I did finally after I thought about it, but I didn't have the balls to. But now I don't give a fuck. But I should have done it years ago because I didn't shave it right down to the skin. But I always like the brush cut because in the bush it's better. And then when I lay my head on the pillow, it doesn't go poof. And I'm fucked. dog or whatever. I got fucking dirty hair and everything, but so anyway, it works for me, but it's about 40 fucking below, so anyway. But today I was looking and 12-minute videos actually do better maybe, but doesn't matter. But anyway, I don't know where I'm going with this, but I guess I'm going with my plan, but I don't even know if people will watch this far, but anyway, the plan is to, like, I was watching my videos last night, and it was pretty good, but I thought, would you rather spend 5 days at the speakeasy or watch your videos? I'd rather watch my videos, hands down. But in a couple of them, that's where I went, because I was watching this one video, and I thought I was still in Calgary, just driving around, and I went up an alley, and I thought, what the fuck's he up to? It was right at the end. Anyway, and then I pulled up on the Speakeasy, or the Gents Club in Red Deer, which is actually one of the best. The thing I like about that fucking thing is it's fucking, like, literally bar fights. Like, one time I was there, and I was getting to the top of the mountain or whatever, and the higher up you get, everybody wants to kick your ass, which has always been the problem, but anyway, they literally probably started a big fight just for me, so they could get me out there and then kick my ass maybe, but I didn't fucking budge anyway. The one stripper was up on the fucking dance floor. She even grabbed $1 with her snatch, which she don't do anymore, but anyway, but that was, and then anyway, that was, and at the end I said, that was some good stripping. But, what was it, anyway, anyway, the fight was going on. I said, it's a real humdinger. But anyway, there was a blonde waitress there, and I was talking to her about the fight. But I guess there is something to do with the blondes being a little bit slow or whatever. Well, I know a blonde joke. Maybe I'll think of it by the time I'm done. But anyway, I said to her, I said, holy fuck, did you see the fight and everything? And she's like, oh, what? I don't know. Anyway, so I said, everybody ran out of the bar. I said, they're probably still running. And she said, yeah, it is a bit empty here, but yeah, because the whole fucking place emptied out. The neat thing about that bar is there's actually a lady that runs the door, and it actually worked pretty good, and we had a good rapport, me and her. I said one time I want to send her flowers because the night before, one time there was a fucking shit going on in the parking lot, and it was me. But anyway, she was running the door, and I was in and out, and nobody else could get in, but I could. But what happened that night was I just pulled up, and then I was walking to the speakeasy or into the bar, and then there was some girl screaming blue bloody fucking murder at the car there halfway down the parking lot, which is a big parking lot. So immediately I sprung into action, because one thing I will do is I will, try for the damsel in distress or whatever. So I started screaming like, you fucker, fucking, I was, fuck you, fuck, or whatever, And I walked halfway there, and then I can't remember what happened, but if it happened first or whatever. But this fucker was like, I was going to say a stud, but he was more like a bull, like a big bull at the end of it all. But what happened was he was fucking talking back or whatever. But at one point he threw something at me, man. That fucking guy could throw a fucking touchdown, man, all the way from one end of the fucking field to the other. I don't know what he fucking threw at me, but I was running to avoid it. But anyway, then I ran into the fucking bar, and I fucking, right at the door, there was a, like, fairly, like, fucking muscle fucking guy. So I said, hey, man, fuck shit in the parking lot, man. Fuck, let's roll. And then I fucking was going around, hey, buddy, fuck, let's get outside, man. Fuck. One chicken shit guy was like, well, maybe I'm a chicken. I don't know if I'm a chicken shit. But anyway, I couldn't fucking take on like 6 people. So, anyway, the one guy's like, he's got it covered. But anyway, so what happened with the guy I did get, he fucking, I went and got some muscle. So he fucking goes outside and he runs right the fuck to him, about 100 miles an hour. And then the girl was heading west or whatever, walked by me. I said, hey, honey, or whatever, you okay and all that? And I said, just stay here, because I called the cops. But it's kind of funny in Red Deer, because I called them a few times. But when I call the cops, they come. But one time I was at the Ecstatic. It was the other bar in Red Deer, but they're only about half a block away or whatever. So I was at the Ecstatic, and I was maybe going to get rolled because I had some money, and I was throwing it at the girls or whatever. And so I called the fucking police. I said, hey, fuck, can you get someone to come down here, please? I might be getting rolled. And it was a lady. But then they want your name, address, and fucking phone number, because they're going to arrest me now. But Anyway, she wouldn't send anybody. So finally I said, I would be ecstatic if you sent somebody. They probably showed up just to find out what the fuck was going on, but I got out of there. But anyway, now when I call the police, I'm like, get your fucking ass down here! They're like, who are you? I'm like, fucking roll. But finally I told the guy, I said, fucking call somebody. I said, fucking roll. And then I hung up. But anyway, Red Deer's kind of cool because you can actually drive around there. I was delivering during an election in a fucking 2000 Cadillac. It was a beauty. If you ever want a nice car, you don't know how far you go, but you get there fast. It was a 2000, which I thought was probably the best Cadillac that you could ever buy because it was a 2000 and it had this Windstar engine, but it would go like fuck, you wouldn't believe it. But it's so fast, I never drove it as fast as it could go. But the best thing was it had a Boss stereo in it. Like one guy said, holy fuck, man, it's some kind of stereo. But when I blew it up in Calgary, I should have maybe had it towed home, but I sold it for $160. But stereo was worth that, or more. But anyway, it could have been a good office. But anyway, you can get more. But Coupe de Villes or whatever, you want them around that same age. But they won't. Who knows how far they'll go before they blow up? But they'll get you there. Usually, I drove put a few miles on that one. That was anyway. Anyway, at the end of the day, cops came and told them it was me that called them at one point. And the big fucking asshole was in the cop car. Next day, I was talking to a guy about it, and he says, "Oh yeah, he was out. I seen him." I said, "Oh fuck, he's gonna be looking for me." But it doesn't matter. But at least I did what I did, so that's a good thing. Most guys don't do fuck all. So I can pat myself on the back for that one. One time I was in a bar and there's two ladies and I was standing there and all of a sudden this one girl grabs the other one by the ponytail and grabs her fucking head or whatever and starts beating the shit out of her, I guess. But so I immediately jumped in, but then the big guy says, "Hey man, let him roll." So I had no choice. But another time I was downtown, there's two girls or whatever, and all of a sudden they start scrapping and fucking they put on a fuck of a good show. But anyway, I got in the middle of it, of course, and broke it up. But guess what? I was playing the fiddle, my antique fiddle that I inherited, and didn't really know how to play it at the time, and now I can play just about any fucking thing. But anyway, what happened was it was a fake fight or whatever. So what they did is distracted me and they fucked off with my cowboy hats because I was selling cowboy hats. But that doesn't matter. But at least they didn't fuck off with my fiddle. But I did learn how to play it. But what happened was I'll teach you how to play the fiddle in about, give me a minute. But anyway, I was with my son and we were at a garage sale, so I bought him a fiddle. And then somehow he broke the bow, and then when I took him home or whatever, I guess I ended up with the fiddle. So I started fucking playing it like a ukulele or whatever, but just playing it. But I don't give a shit. I'll play with the dime or whatever. But one of the guys from Queen or whatever played his guitar with the American fucking quarters or whatever. But anyway, so I played it, but it's almost like texting because with your ear or whatever, you can kind of hear where the notes are. And so I fucked around with it, and then guess what? I knew how to play the fiddle because when I put a bow to it, but the secret to the fiddle is it's just like riding a bike. Like once you get it up and running, it's like basically balance. But one time I was in Calgary and I was at a bar and there was a rock and roll band with a fiddle. And the young guy was the lead or whatever. I wasn't that old myself, but I said to the kid, I said, "You want to be famous?" And he says, "Yeah." So I talked him into letting me play my fiddle in the fucking band. So anyway, next thing you know, it was my turn. But anyway, so I'm in the back or just up by the stage there, and part of it's just like the speakeasy, but I was playing the role, but I was tuning up my fiddle, making sure everything's good, getting ready to roll. So then he says, "Okay, let's go." So they start playing a shitty, crappy, fucking rowboat song. So I said, "Nope, ain't gonna work." So then they speeded it up. So then anyway, we were playing the fiddle and rock and roll, and one guy was on one side of the stage and I was on the other, and fiddle, fiddling, 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 fiddle, 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 fiddle. So at the end of it, I was standing beside the other fiddler, and there's two girls in the audience, and they're looking at me, and one pointed at me, and she goes, "He's got more shit on his boots." So I guess I won the fiddle competition, but the joke is that's why you only see You never see two fiddles in the band because it's so easy to play the fiddle. But I didn't always have that ability. But, and then one time I was playing the fiddle, and I don't even know. I don't think I was even allowed to be drinking. I was in trouble with the law or whatever. And worst thing is they tell you can't go to a bar and have a beer or whatever. And they tell you that, it almost makes it impossible for you not to, because it's being told what to do. Even my mom says it's not. Nobody wants to be told what to do. But anyway, I was in this small town, and I was playing the fiddle in front of the liquor store. I think it was rodeo weekend or whatever. And so I was playing the fiddle, and I didn't give a fuck. I had money anyway, and I was just playing my fiddle. And some asshole comes along as usual. One time I opened the door for a guy in Calgary, and he wanted to fight me. So anyway, so some guy comes along, he throws $1 in my fucking thing, and he says, "I hope you learn how to play that someday." One time I was playing the guitar in Calgary. I said, my thing was, "Hey, can you spare me some money? I'm trying to get some guitar lessons, man." But I probably played it long enough there that I learned how to play the guitar too. But whatever. Anyway, so I was playing the fiddle, and but that didn't fucking slow me down. I just kept playing, and then I walked across the street, and I went into the bar, and guess what? They were having a jam session. Okay, so now there you go. So and I was drinking or whatever, so I ordered a few beers or whatever, and then I got in the jam session, and I was like at the top of the row with a microphone, and I was playing, but eventually I put wired up my fiddle. The mic taped it or whatever, even had duct tape on it. I did sell it for $1,000 at one point because I had to, but my prized possession. But I did find another one at an antique store, and I gave it to my son, but make sure he got it. But anyway, but that's why it meant so much to me. But I think I had to sell it to pay my goddamn registration so I could keep driving. But the guy in AA bought it off me. But I heard him in AA. He was talking about his brother played the fiddle, and or no, his brother had everything, and I don't know if all he had was this shitty old fiddle, and anyway, but I guess he plays the fiddle, but I sold him the fiddle. But anyway, so I'm in the jam session, and we were rocking, man, and I was playing the songs, and I was so good they wouldn't even let me sit down to get a beer. And one guy says to me, he says, "How many songs do you know?" Because it's kind of funny, because I was in another jam session one time. It was almost like a fucking job though. But anyway, I'm fucking playing the fiddle, and then I looked down, and I thought, I was counted 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 guitars and a drummer. But I always say in music, the band is the fucking secret. But save the others for another day. But if you look on my videos, I got some good songs that I put out last night by accident. But one of them's Policeman. Or, wouldn't have been so fun without the damn police. Wouldn't have been so much fun without the damn policeman. I don't know. And then there's a good. What does it say? I don't fucking know. It's pretty good. But anyway, I just ended up singing it. But other ones, I'm going to kick your ass with my cowboy boots, Mr. Policeman. That's it, probably. But I don't know. But anyway, because one time a cop took my cowboy boots for evidence. But yeah, so like I say, I'm always one step ahead or just two behind. But I know how to get 1,000,000 hits. I did get a subscriber today, but so that's a good thing. But maybe it was the cover girl. But anyway, funny part about that one is when you hit the cover girl, then there's me with the shaving cream and everything. It's kind of funny, but funny pays the bills. But I'm usually pretty funny, so I have to work on that one for some video. But this one will be learn how to play the fiddle in a minute and a half if you watch it all. But forget about the keywords and stuff. But plus, I know how to get the 1,000,000 hits to make it pop. So, but I was gonna quit because I'm under review. But it was one of my best videos too. But because I fucked up and I didn't hit the button and then hit the button. Anyway, at the end of it, anyway, so I didn't hit the button, and then I hit the button, did another real good video, but I was already warmed up. I said, "Well, turn it into a shorty." I said, "We do skidoos, gold mining, logging, firewood, dancing girls." And I said, probably just as good that other video didn't get posted because I was talking about shit I'm not supposed to, so I probably shouldn't have said it again, but so they might kick my ass out of here because you're not allowed to talk about certain things, I guess, but it's freedom of speech, but that's a tragedy. But I was in an election one time, and there's a video on fucking damn internet, and I fucking hate it, but it was a stupid video. But I should have said I believe in democracy as a principle or whatever, and as capitalism is an ideal, or no, democracy is an ideal and capitalism is good. But anyway, it was for my kids, but so's this in a way, because it's almost like a fucking manuscript or whatever, like your memoirs. But I might get this loaded up in the next 5 fucking days, because on my phone it takes like literally like fucking hours and fucking all night long. It's still loading up, but if I get to a computer, I can fucking load them up fast, and I can do 10 at a time. But I want to get the librarian to start fucking loading them up, and I'll make more videos or something, because it's just that I fucking gives me a headache. But I did watch all my videos last night, and I kind of want to, like every video, like one was the best one was probably, I was driving my 4x4, but what I say is like I was like a horse getting close to the barn or whatever, because they always run or whatever. But I lived in a huge, nice big house in Calgary that my dad built. So if you think that's a nice house, my cabin should be pretty fucking nice. And I found an awesome place to build it with about 8 or 9 trees in the bush, and then 2 of them are close together. But I probably don't usually tell people this joke, especially in AA, but there's women there or whatever. But there's women here too. But anyway, I'll even spice it up. But anyway, yeah, I won't be able to get any fat chicks in there, because they won't be able to get in the door. I'll have to take the wall down and think about it, so that's a good thing. And one time I did, we were at the bar, but one thing about my helper was I paid him $20 daily wage, 50% of his wheelbarrow sales, and he was my designated driver at night. And then there's this other girl, she was pretty cute. I had her one time at the park with the Monte Carlo, and I think I let her drive, and she drove it into the fucking fence, but I should have worked on her. She was a real, like, sexy. But anyway, and I was drunk, there's no excuse. But anyway, there's this fat chick, so I was playing with her all the way to fucking Lethbridge or whatever, and then finally we got a fucking room, and I gave it to her once, but I couldn't do it again, man. That's all I could do. And then, but her ass was like fucking huge. But then you talk to people, and I used to say, you don't understand fucking a fat chick till you fuck the fat chick. Her ass is like fucking 10 miles wide or whatever. And I slept in the other bed, and then I woke up and I just wanted to get the fuck out of there. So we got in my truck, and I think my guy was driving, or I don't know who the fuck was driving, probably me, but I just wanted to get the fuck out of there and back to Calgary or whatever. And we're rolling along, and guess what? All of a sudden, my worker has her goddamn perfume, and she had this cheap, shitty perfume, and so every once in a while I'd hit the perfume, and that was just enough to fucking make me want to crawl into a fucking hole or whatever. Oh, the fucking perfume. No, oh, do that to me, man, please. But I was watching about the algorithms, and anyway, I thought it kind of feel like a racehorse, but my first name that came to mind was True Confessions. But anyway, I was talking about something last night that I was a getaway driver one time, and only once, and I was gonna say no big deal, but it didn't really bother me. But AA, you do a step 4. I'm not saying I'm there yet, but you're supposed to take a look at all your shit. But sex part, pretty much kind of got that. What would be the word for it? Come to terms with it all, anyways. Trying to do better. You're supposed to have better ideals, but there's other things. But anyway, I was thinking about it today. Like, that's stealing, right? But anyway, there's more to the story probably. But anyway, the thing is that the last video I made is actually kick ass. So, but I haven't been able to load it up. But anyway, I'm getting my ass. Well, I could get kicked out, but then my truck broke down, and this buddy that helps me out more than anybody else, because we've been working together for like 30 years or whatever. I hired him one time because I had a clear cut block, and he was the guy skidding them out. And with his skidder, I was the guy that was lemming them, but I didn't necessarily do a good job. Nothing against the natives, but one time the semi guy goes, "He doesn't even trim them as good as the Indians." That's a hard job, man. It's like walking around with a propane tank all fucking day. I couldn't even try to even start to do that job today. But anyway, and then I owed him like $300. And I gave him this old winch truck, and he still got it, but he actually did he was able to get the winch going and use the fucking poles and all that. He knows how to do it, and it was a good, kind of a cool truck. But he appreciated the fact that I, squared up with him. He told me one time, but it's important to do that in business. But sometimes you get so far about, like I borrowed a few, like a Christmas tree investor. I own 500, so I at the sawmill. Maybe I'll drop in there with 10,000 sometime, but or even 1,000 if I. But it doesn't matter. But my point is that sometimes you get so far ahead that you can't get back to pay the bill. Like I owe my childhood buddy $1,000, but for some birch. But that goes all the way back to this guy living in my bus. If you help him, if you go to that video. But one time I had the guy in the bus because I hired him. I was going to an AA meeting there, and like I told the people at AA, like how do I tell my story without getting to AA? Because I went there since I was a kid in Alateen. My dad was in AA and all that. Anyway, fuck it, I'm tired. I'm gonna say fuck it. Anyway, thank you. And anyway, I watch my videos. I can like I took the time to watch them, and sometimes like anyway, and I was gonna delete the downtown light camera video just because I need more room in my phone. And with this phone, I might fucking clean it right out because it's the only way I can fucking get a clean slate to work with. But this fucker, I can hold like thousands of videos in this thing, I think. But I told the guys at the one guy, because my business associate, I don't like he wasn't in the greatest of moods, and I didn't know if I said something on here, but I said I'm gonna tear it down and take my videos down, and just leave up trucks for sale. But he said, well, why? I said, you getting that many hits? Probably because he expects something like that from me one of these days, but I might get him eventually. But if they don't kick my ass out. But anyway, but there's a lot of other people on here that some people are that's all they talk about is what you're not allowed to. So I don't know what the fuck's going on. And then I don't go to my other YouTube because I don't want to see what the fuck's going on anymore. And riots and shit. But on this YouTube, they don't say fuck all about fuck all. Except for what they want us to hear, I guess. But so there you go again, see? But I slip shit in here and there, so. But, and I always think with AA that these assholes that might be involved with this kind of bullshit should go there and listen to true humanitarianism. Because that's probably why I did run in the elections, because that's a true democracy and no one's on top of anybody else. Or anyway, the one guy tonight says, yeah, a butcher and a doctor can help each other and work together and all that. And I said, and the fucking butcher and the doctor, I said, the doctor's no better than the butcher. I said, even if he thinks he is. That's and then if someone tells you just, shut up or do this or that, you can say, fuck you. You ain't nobody here. You're just a fucking another one of the bunch. But anyway, the problem is I don't want to promote it too much and flood the meetings with people, and then not that I'm not important, but and then I thought one time maybe I am, but that's why I might get my ass kicked out of here. But anyway, I do, like I always say, it's easier to live with faith than without it. So another thing I say is the only way I can explain God is coincidence, but the coincidence is I do have a deal. It's called Copycat Dog Cash, but today I always thought that they might let me stay because I'm so fucking interesting. But the reason I'm so interesting is because I took the road less traveled. I was going to do a video on shit that might help you in business, but the best ones, keep your money in your shirt pocket. It's easier to spend that way. I learned that at the Cowboy Bar in the middle of fucking nowhere. There's a bartender, there was the bartender Bill and Jim, the owner, and I was Woody. He named me Woody. We used to do logging. I called it the Noble Gang, but anyway, it's kind of funny. But anyway, but one time a guy says, "What'd you eat when you're in the forest?" Without thinking, I said, "Takeout." Because I used to get these great, the lady from the bar there, she used to make these fucking great roast beef sandwiches. I was at the rodeo this summer and I saw her and I told her I just had to come over and see. She seen me. She said, "Who is that?" I said, "It's fucking Woody. Woody, fuck." But anyway, not the greatest woman to look at, but fuck, she was a nice lady, I'll tell you. But one time my truck broke down. I was just a kid or whatever, and I was fucking totally fucking depressed or whatever. And I think I even washed dishes at the Berry. I'm not sure if it was that day or that night or whatever. I had a piece of fucking cherry pie, probably because I learned an AA to be good to yourself or whatever. But the cherry pie was about my payday. Stuck in low 2 with the old Willys Jeep fucking 77 Jimmy, but it was like a Mad Max machine, and we chopped it and turned it into a truck. It was actually pretty cool. And it was in Calgary, and I'd fucking run up on people, and I'd fucking, and it had a horn on it, and I'd hit the button, fuck out of the way, and then they'd move over, and I'd fucking, but anyway, that's a half-hour video. I guess we'll fucking shut her down. So, have a good night, everybody, and anyway, I do plan on squaring everything up and putting direction to the next video, and maybe introducing the video and telling you what I think, and because it was actually pretty entertaining, and country drive, like I could have 10 different stations, but anyway, and I want to sell video. But the interesting thing was, like, there's one lady, I'm going to quit mentioning her name, but she's on the internet, but she works, but I hope I might send her a note saying, I learned tonight, like, you're supposed to clear the fucking slate and make goddamn sure that you can fucking make your appointments, because she almost doesn't do everything wrong, but to me, she does it all right, but especially the way she lives off the grid. But if you watch my videos, you can find her, but won't take too long. But anyway, I don't know. Anyway, when I first quit drinking, well, I spent a lot of time, I haven't been sober again that long, but I spent a lot of time in the dark, drinking and fucking, and I sobered up and had to have the fucking, well, my generator was working, I lit the fucker up with a light bulb, but I could probably run the light bulb off fucking battery. Maybe I should try that, but anyway, the 110, but anyway, I even said to my buddy, I said, it's nice to have the light and everything, but he said, it's pretty depressing in the dark, but especially if you're drinking, but now it's actually, because I ran out of, my generator's not working, then I ran out of gas for my Coleman light. I guess if I tried, I could maybe siphon a fucking, I only need about a cup of gas. I don't want to burn my chainsaw gas in it, but I kind of got a new mindset, because before I'd fucking light my fire with gas and waste all my shit. But anyway, if I put the chainsaw gas in my Coleman, I might fuck it up, because I bought bought 4 trucks off this guy. 4 old Chevy square body trucks. I don't want to tell you how much, because got some for sale, but that doesn't mean it ain't worth what I'm fucking asking. But anyway, yesterday I got home and it was like 40 below, and I was at the library, and I was out in front of the library revving the fuck out of my truck, because it's a 6-cylinder and doesn't fucking warm up worth a fuck. And I was there for 10 minutes. I went to the library, some guy's like, "Need a hand with the truck, man? You gonna be okay?" Which is good, like, that's country style, And anyway, then I drove it home, and I was sitting outside here and revving it, because it doesn't get good heat. And I was sitting there, and all of a sudden there's like a big fucking bunch of steam. So I shut it off, and then I don't have a heat gauge on it, but it's a good running truck. So then I thought maybe I overheated it and fucked the engine, right? So anyway, that was fine. But so this morning I went out there and looked at it, but there's 2 big puddles of antifreeze on each side of the radiator or whatever on the ground. So, and then I was looking, and it looked like it didn't look like it came out of the cap, and I thought I fucked the rad or whatever, and the rad was fucked. But another cowboy came by, and I said I fucked the rad. He's like, that's no big deal, nothing, for us or whatever. So, but it was in a way. But so anyway, then because at one point, like for quite a few years, like when I was a kid, I used to have like a toolbox in my old pickup trucks. Like one time a truck broke down in the bush, it wouldn't run, and then I got the spark and the fucking gas or whatever, and I got the thing running, and so I was kind of proud of myself. And another time I had this old tractor, and it was an old Oliver with a front end loader, and I only paid like $400 or something for 200 or 150 or something. I had it in the bush for logging, and we logged like semi loads with the old tractor. But I bought like $400 worth of fucking chains that I'd hook logs on and pull them out. But the guy gave me $1,000 before I started, but you never really get fucking, never really get the 1,000 back. And then another guy made a deal, and I paid the other guy with the logs, and never owed him. I probably owe him the same guy that gave me the Christmas tree money. But anyway, I don't know where I was getting at, but I know I need to smoke. But fuck, I was talking to my mom about bootleg cigarettes, but she didn't blink an eye. But she'd wish I'd quit. But I was telling her about Dad. But he died young of a heart attack lifting a door on the job or whatever. But he really wasn't a self-employed. He used to have like he used to build houses and sell them and stuff. So he probably did pretty good at some points. Plus the house that we lived in Calgary was probably worth like a million, fucking 2.5 million or more now. Who knows? But some asshole down east bought it. So let's fucking make like 10 million, and if he doesn't want to sell it, we'll put a fucking crack house next door. I'll go downtown. Here's the keys, man. Let's fucking roll, man. 2206. I won't even tell you where it is because it's such a nice house. You might want to go and buy it, but you could probably figure it out if you see my video. But buy it for me, and we'll give it away to the Alcoholics Anonymous, or not to them, because everything's treatment centers are actually separate from AA. But in AA, every group's anonymous, as long as they don't fuck up the other groups. But so I think I got it straightened out because I got no other way to tell my story. But best part was that when I was a kid, we went to Alateen because my dad sobered up at. I was telling you a story about my dad, but anyway, about a bottle of whiskey and how he hid it and stuff when we seen him drinking and he found it and all that. It's on the last video I made. It's not up, but it's a good one. Anyway, they said telling stories is good, but I'm a good storyteller because I don't bullshit. It's always the same story, but the only thing is I'm a liar by omission. But anyway, anyway, Dad, I was in the fucking corner, just a kid, like I don't know, only about 7 or 8 years old, or even less. But I was hiding in the corner or whatever, and who knows why. But Dad comes down in the big house to the basement. And the nice thing about that was we had a gas heater thing, and we used to sleigh ride, and it would throw out the heat and stuff. And anyway, the tenant side was the same, but no walkout basement. One time I toured the tenant, but our side was nice, but Mom was a kick-ass stylish lady, so but we had 2 hot water tanks, so we never run out of hot water. But we used to put the fucking water on in the shower, and it was like a fucking steam room or whatever in the basement. And I used to use that finesse fucking hair cream shit and put that on for an hour, and then fucking to get good looking or whatever. But anyway, I was in the corner, and Dad comes down, and since he had a heart attack, maybe even at that point, but it didn't seem like he lasted long after that. But he did. But anyway, he did go to AA for 4 years, and then I did end up going to Alateen or whatever. But that was a family meeting for spouses and alcoholics, and there was really good people there, and friends and stuff that we knew. And anyway, but there was a lot of girls in Alateen and stuff. It was pretty good. There was an AA dance. Anyway, I jumped out. Dad let us smoke in the nice quiet basement or whatever. Finally had a chance to sneak a smoke, and then I jumped up out of the fucking corner like a jack-in-the-box and just about give him another heart attack and ran upstairs because I'm a little bastard. You're not supposed to be smoking. But anyway, I told my mom about it. But one time I told her about it. She thought it was funny. But I told her about all the bottles we found that I told about in the video, but in the attic. But she wasn't. But sometimes she doesn't want to hear about it. She says, if I don't know then, I don't want to know now. But anyway, but then I said, yeah, you got us to load them all up and take them in for a deposit. So we did have a good life, so it's probably hard for her to think about it too, because he was a good man and they were a good couple. And back in the day, I don't know, there was more of a respect for the marriage and all that. Anyway, it was hard then, but getting tired. But I am working hard on this fucking thing. But with my other internet idea, I fucking tore it down and built it 1,000 times. But with this one, I guess all my work just keeps piling up. And I was watching another video today on how to make it happen, and it's called Blowing Up. I learned that before, and then I just ended up there. But maybe they heard me talking about it on the phone here because they're always listening. But anyway, it's called Blowing Up, like when you get a fucking big hit or whatever. And she was telling how to do it, and she only had like 20,000 subscribers, but she was making like $1,200 a video. And anyway, she's doing a good job. But one thing is, on my subscriptions, if I look at anything, I subscribe, and then if anybody subscribes to me, I'll subscribe back or whatever. But some people don't show their subscriptions. But if you want some, good things to look into, if you're going to do it. But anyway, so it's called Blowing Up on the internet or whatever. And I'm doing all the right things. Like, I don't give a fuck about like titles and stuff, but you're supposed to on this other guy's video and get the keywords. And then there's a place you can go and fucking check the speedometer and see how the fucking thing lines up and put it out and all that. And, but I'm already ahead of the game, like with the thumbnails, and still working on it. But one time the computer teacher said I had all the answers, but he couldn't figure out how the fuck I did it because I could barely get the computer going. But as soon as I did, I'd fill it full of firewood, buy the wheelbarrow information to see how much I could fucking make. Because in those days you could only do a spreadsheet. But anyway, it's called Blowing Up. So, like I told this one girl on the internet, let's blow some shit up. I saw a picture where she works and it was on paving, and she fucking... So then anyway, I put out a bunch of fireplaces, on shorts, and then I put it out a few other times, like, let's try it out again, let's do this, do that. And then I put one fireplace out, and I got 125 hits, which is even more than the truck for sale. But anyway, that's quite a good thing for me. So, but it said YouTube video for sale, and then you can start your own channel by when it's monetized, which is kind of my idea. But I guess it's be a good one because everyone wants to hear about it. But the funny part is, I don't know. I'm gonna maybe make. I don't think I can do it. I made it on the flip phone, but the flip phone I can't fucking load it up. But I don't think I could do a take 3. But anyway, it was kind of, I hit the button, but then I was like, it's gonna fucking blow, man. We get fucking the fireplace, fucking lit the fuse, man. Load up the trucks, man. Get the dynamite in here. Get Susie, for fuck's sakes. Where the fuck is Susie? Fuck, get the girls out of the office, man. What the fuck are you doing here? Get the fuck out. Anyway, so that was a good one. But and then I got the cover girl, so I didn't put her on a short yet with the thumbnail, but that might get some action with that, I bet. But I'm thinking I'll put her out 100 fucking times, a million times. But you get paid like $100 for every million shorties, but it's almost like a commercial. But like I say, I've been in business for 100 years, so I'm probably miles ahead on everybody on that one. But and then I know how to get 1 million hits on the internet for 10 cents for 1,000. But now Google's sent me an email. Oh, your ads are ready to go on AdWords. But like 20 years ago, it was fairly reasonable, like 10 cents, whatever. But now it's like $1 or $5 a fucking pop or whatever a hit. And if they're paying $5 1,000, they'd be fucking charging at least that much. So my idea is probably better than that. But like in business, you got to advertise, but you can't get organic hits. But the search engine's listening. But I was thinking if I'm interesting, the search engine might come back. Fuck 500, fuck 1,000 times. Check it out. But that's a good place to end. Okay. Have a good evening, people. Merry Christmas. I got a Christmas special. I'm going to change the title on it because it's not getting any hits. That's another strategy I just thought of. But and after Christmas, I'll take the title down. I'm not usually a Christmas guy, but the funny part of that one is I got the cover girl. And then when you hit the button, there's me with shaving cream because you're supposed to look stupid if you want to get hits. But I should maybe almost leave the title because it's episode. But then I did hit. It's up there twice anyway. But it's a Christmas special. I watched this one lady's Christmas special, and it's fucking awesome. But anyway, so She does a really good job. Puts on costumes and stuff, and she looks like fucking $1,000,000. Okay, people. Take care. Thank you.